What's up, everybody? Jason from Jason's Exotic Reptiles, and I came down this morning to the snake room, saw something that was nice. This is a hypo het labyrinth het albino Burmese python, and you can see she's in a nice coil. And I don't know if you can see it just yet, but that little white thing popping up right around the top is right, and it's going to focus in, but right about there on the video is some eggs she's coiled around. So I've been waiting for her. I'm going to show you what I do to pull the eggs. And I'm going to have to pause the video for this because I need to put her in a separate bin. But the step is basically going to be, I'm going to get a separate bin, pull this drawer open, and we're going to slowly uncoil and unwrap her. I wish I had another person here so I could show you me doing it, but you want to be careful because they are very defensive at this point, and you don't want to get bit by her. So she's got a big head, she's a big snake, and can do a lot of damage. So I'm going to pause the video, pull the eggs, I'll show you the egg box consistency, and we'll go from there. All right, before I pull them, I just wanted to show you one more view of what this looks like. So she's got a big pile of eggs. Another thing that's good to see is that these look like good eggs. Typically when they, she's moved all her newspaper out of the way. But typically when these are bad eggs, she'll kick them out and you'll see slugs rolled around. It's possible she has a couple slugs in there, but for the most part, that egg on top looks good. You can hear her hissing if I shut up for a minute. And that's just her protecting. But if you also see her twitching, and that's just all part of it. So it's pretty stressful to leave the eggs with her in the cage. So I like to pull them. I think it makes sense because there's no way in this cage with newspaper, and even if I put cypress mulch, I have different heat sources. My temperature could fluctuate and that could damage the eggs. So it's just better off pulling the eggs, getting her. I'll wash her in some soap, get the egg smell off of her, and she'll get back to eating. So I'm gonna go pull those eggs and we'll be back. Okay, so this is what we're left with. We have a pile of eggs here. Took me a couple minutes to get her off. In the process, one of the eggs did fall and roll off, but there's my hand for size. And this is my egg box that I'll use. I might need to use 2 in here, but the consistency you want, this is perlite, is about this right here. So when you put enough water, this is just a big bag of perlite I get from Home Depot. It's no fertilizers or anything. It's about $15 for a giant bag of it. I like it better than Hatchright. It's basically the same thing as Hatchright, except Hatchright has water crystals. So the consistency, again, you want to be able to grab it, and if you squeeze it tight, it makes this ball, but then if you put a little pressure to it, it crumbles apart. So that's what you're looking for, and that'll keep good humidity inside the egg box. So there's the eggs. I'll separate some if they come apart easy. Otherwise, I'll just keep them all together. And for the most part, they're stuck together. So I'll do what I can. I'll come back in the video then. All right, so there we have it. That's pretty much it now. I'm going to put these guys in the incubator. Let's see how many we have. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 5. Okay, so we got like 25 eggs here. And they all look really good. So we'll just cover them up. I might spread them around a little bit differently, but for the most part, that's how they're going to be incubating. I'll mark the tops. I just started doing that. I never did it before, but I find it's helpful. Just take a pen or a pencil and just put a little line across the tops. And why don't I actually do that? I'm going to rearrange these, and I'll do that on video so you guys can see it. All right, so this is my final egg box. I just put some markings on the top, and I switched it to a larger egg box. So the one I was using was this one. It's kind of a shorter. It's maybe a 6 or 7 inch deep. And I noticed they got kind of high to the top. I like to use a pretty good amount of substrate in there. So this one has a little bit of vermiculite, which I like to use as well. Vermiculite perlite mix, this stuff here. You just need to be careful with vermiculite because to get that snowball to happen, you can have really high humidity, much higher than if you did perlite in my experience. So the eggs don't always have the best chance at it. As far as the egg box, I like these. They're made by Rubbermaid. You get them at Walmart. I just put a little hole in the top, you see right here. And if I see that it's too much humidity is escaping, I'll cover that hole up with a piece of tape. There's another one right there. If I see that it's too humid, I'll pop open the other hole. Otherwise, everything's up in your incubation. So you really want to make sure you have a good incubator. because that's what's going to determine whether you have nice babies or not. So there's your eggs. I'm going to put them in the incubator. Incubate them at around 56 to 88, somewhere around there. That's only because I already have water monitor eggs in there. Those are around 86. I don't want to make those too hot. I don't want to make these too cold. So probably going to shoot around 87. And then about 50 to 60 days later, these things will start hatching. So hopefully I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully next video on these eggs, I will be doing a video of me cutting them or them coming out. Thanks for watching.